Hey everybody, what is up? Welcome back to Final Trade, 1 week closer to the release of Unfinity, and we'll take another look at the collector box sales off of TCG Player. Still absolutely anemic, even though this looks pretty nice. I mean, a big spike yesterday, Friday, September 30th, but this big spike was only 73 boxes, which brings the total to a sad 234. So 1/3 of all the boxes were sold yesterday, and it's still only 234 boxes. The price continues to move down with the 7-day moving average at 224. Now that's the 7-day moving average, so it includes a lot of data points in the past. You can actually go out on TCG Player this morning and buy these for 203. Yeah, so if you're a TCG Infinite member and you have 2% bonus bucks all the time on your purchases on TCG Player, you're getting these for under $200 today. Now, Rudy did his sale on these last night to his patrons, and it makes me wonder if that's what this spike was from, if some of the patrons were seeing his prices and deciding to buy on TCG Player instead. That's a function of how many you were willing to buy and whether or not you have sales tax exemption on TCG Player, which, if you guys are seriously investing in this as a hobby, you should be set up as a business and have sales tax exemption. Now, what can we compare this to see just how sad the performance is? Yeah, we throw the red line of Baldur's Gate up there, and you got to keep in mind that at this point, before the release of Baldur's Gate, I mean, we're 7 days from the release, so at the same time in Baldur's Gate life cycle, people understood what was in the set. I mean, people had a good idea that the best cards had been removed, and even then, Baldur's Gate was outselling. At this point in its life, it had sold 459 boxes compared to the 234 of Unfinity. And so it had outsold it by nearly 100%. That's how bad Unfinity is doing. And even that was at a higher price point, about $30 higher in price at the same time. So Unfinity, unsets are just never that popular, and this is a really bad time to be releasing one. It's unfortunate that WotC's lead times on product development and production are so long, because when they saw what was happening back in May, it would have been good if they could have just pulled the plug on the set and pushed it out a year. But, things were in motion. They probably had no opportunity to do that unless they literally just sat on the product in a warehouse until then. But hey, then they have all the production costs, but they have no revenues from those, and that looks bad on the reporting. So it is what it is. It's a decently unpopular set, but, it's going to be pushed out into the market anyway, and you better consume it fast, because we've already got spoilers for Brothers War coming in, and then after that we'll have Jumpstart 2022, and then we'll have Dominaria Remastered, and then we'll have the Phyrexian set in January, so there's no let off on the gas on the pace of releases, and the market is going to suffer for it. Essentially, WotC is propping up revenues by taking a whole lot of product that can't move and shoving it into distributors and card stores' hands. So they are decapitalizing the distribution and retail network in order to pull that money in as revenue. Now, eventually, something in that chain will break. Either WotC will have to reduce print runs to reintroduce scarcity and support the prices, or card stores will simply not have capital left to keep buying. So we'll have to see what happens. If you want to go out at 203 this morning, I'll have an affiliate link to TCG Player. If you use that, I get a couple bucks, and it really helps out, and I appreciate it. Otherwise, just wait a little while and maybe buy in a few weeks. We'll see if it keeps coming down. But if you like this kind of information, like, comment, share, and subscribe. Join me on Final Trade. Consider joining the Patreon. Thanks a lot, everyone.